single?
Uh, Radar. I actually started that about the production like 3 years ago, something like that. And can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, you froze up. Yeah, I started it like about 3 years ago, and I reached out to one of the songwriters of the song, and I was telling him what I was dealing with at the time, and we just started going with it, and I kind of put it on the back burner and started working on other projects and working with other people. Um, but then I had another bumpy road last year, and I went back into that dark place, and so I feel like it was the right time to release it. Uh, was like a month ago,
Yeah,
and yeah, that's we here today.
nice. Now, based on your single, it's really different from all your other singles that you have released in the past. Now, how would you describe your latest single?
Uh, I would describe it as just me being vulnerable, and like I said, I was going through a dark time, and if you listen to the lyrics of the song, it's kind of dark and emotional, and it was probably one of the most vulnerable moments in my life that I've ever been, and so um, it was all like it just came together, and it was just perfect timing. And to be honest with you, I wasn't even going to release the song, but I let a few people listen to it, and they were like, "You need to release this. You need to do it, and people need to hear this because you're not really hearing this type of stuff on the radio now." So I feel like it's the right time, especially with everything that's going on in the world. It's the right time for something like this to be released.
And the fact that once you released it, it caused a greater impact because it's rising in the charts already. And
Yeah.
what was your reaction towards that when you seen that your single is rising up in the charts?
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. Like I said, I wasn't even going to release this. This was going to be one of those songs where I just kind of like just let it out and just let it be just therapeutic. And but it's just been it's the reactions and the feedback I've been getting. As you can see, is way past my expectations, and I'm grateful for it, and I'm super excited about it. I'm glad people are liking the song and relating to the song.
Speaking of relations, you could definitely feel it in their tone. Like I felt that tone when I heard your lyrics, I heard the chorus, I heard the hooks, I heard the vocals. It was just like really deep and really realistic. And compared
Yeah,
to singles like from, let's say for example, Summer Walker or Janae Aiko, it's like way different vibe, way different tone.
yeah. And
And it's
that's kind of the direction I wanted to go. Because I like to be, uh, I want to be different. I don't want to blend in or nothing like that. Because nowadays, I feel like with the music industry, especially with the rap and R&B,
yeah,
um, pop, like it's everything is becoming so saturated,
yeah,
and it's starting to blend and sound the same.
yeah, exactly.
So I wanted to stick out and kind of own. And this is the year I finally came into this. Like I just want to own my own sound, and I want people to like when they hear my songs, they'd be like, "Oh, that's Carrriesa,"
Yeah,
and now I have to figure out who it is. Who it is?
exactly. Like this is your own voice, this is your own sound, this is your own mindset of how you want to release a single.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and it's definitely shown in that. And what you stated earlier is definitely like saturated with so much like of the same thing over and over and over again. Now, with that being said, that you want it to be something different, and the way that you released it, the lyrics, the hooks, the melody, would you say that there's going to be a music video released down the line?
Um, we're trying to put that together right now. um,
Nice.
you know how this stuff go. It can be a little tedious, but we're trying to put it into works, and I'm also working on other projects as well to kind of keep the timeline going with the song, because this is I'm trying to put a full story together. Uh,
Right.
so um, just to kind of foreshadow, more projects coming in the future, um, in relation to Radar. So
And considering that you're putting this into a full story, you said that you're gonna release more projects. Can we expect an upcoming project coming in later near future?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm always working on music. I'm actually trying to put together an album right now. I can't really say too much about it, but
Um,
I'm hopefully I can get it released maybe early 2023. Hopefully, I may have another single I might release or something like that. But um, with everything that's going with Radar, I'm
yeah,
kind of trying to keep the momentum going with that, I guess. But
definitely, definitely. Now, you stated earlier that you were in a dark place, and that's when you were on the way to putting together Radar, releasing Radar. Since that moment, do you feel that you have released your dark side, and like you felt like you came back into like your normal self, your calm?
uh, yeah, to a certain extent, I feel like with circumstance
Yeah,
and things that you go through, it would always be a part of you. You that like the anger part and the sad part, I guess you can say, of it.
right.
Um, of course, that's gone, but that tragedy and that trauma is always with me. So, yeah, it was definitely therapeutic for me. The song, and yeah, I think that I guess I can say I released it. I let it go, and because I'm definitely not in that same place where I was a year ago, a few months ago. Put it like that.
So you say that is definitely therapeutic for you. So definitely, what advice would you have for an artist who would also like to release music, either realistically, if that, or anything? What advice would you have for a young artist who goes pursuing a career in music?
Uh, I would just say, I know this sounds like a cliche, but just be yourself.
Yeah,
I mean, the gift that you have, the gift that God gave you, is there for a reason. It's not there to be. You're not created to mimic someone else.
yeah,
So your gift is what makes room for you. And so make sure that you allow it to make room for you.
right.
And you nurture and stir up the gift and master your craft and work hard. If you work hard, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Nice. Yeah. And you stated earlier that it took you a while to get this single together. What was
Yeah.
the downside, like the experience of putting the lyrics together and then putting the concept of the beat together along with the lyrics and putting the fusing together because it really blends well.
So again, like when I started the production like 3 years ago, I was kind of going through. I was all over the place, creatively because and emotionally because I was doing other projects not only for myself but for other people. I write and sometimes I produce for other people and other artists, and so I just kind of put it on the back burner. And when I had talked to one of the songwriters, shout out to Kenneth Clark, um, we he helped me put the chorus together at the time. So it was just the chorus. We didn't have any verses or nothing like that. The song was actually way longer than what it is now at the time. So, um, and I was like, you know what? Let me, sit on this and let me meditate a little bit more. And I'm big on timing. So, um, again, when I hit rock bottom last year, it came back. It just came back up. And I had talked with the other songwriter on the song, and she helped me finish out the verses, and we just went from there.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, know the public, like the major responses that you've gotten based on how many times you've been on the charts and so on and so forth. But for like deeper meaning, what was the response like for you from other people, close friends, and so on and so forth, your supporters? What was the response like for you when you released your single?
Um, I think the most that I've gotten was um, how people were just surprised that I would like release something like this. Honestly,
Yeah.
Um, because usually anyone who knows me knows like I'm usually always smiling. I'm always goofy, positive, laughing. And when I released this, you know, a lot of people reached out and was like, I had no idea, you know, are you okay?
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then the fans, they were like, they were just like, this sounds so good. Like they were just so drawn into the song. And then I had one lady, I'll never forget, it was one lady who had DM'd me on here on Instagram, and she was telling me about her situation with her current situation at the time, and she was homeless,
Wow.
and she felt like she wanted to just end it all. She had a son, and she they were living in her car, and she would take him back and forth to school. You know, her house was wherever she laid her head at, and you know, and she was telling me about her how she heard the song, and she wanted to thank me so because she felt like she wasn't alone. And you know, I've been keeping in touch with her, and you know, making sure she's okay, and you know, try to give an encouraging word and things like that.
Wow. So that like based on your statement, like it's an impactful song for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I did not expect it to be that impactful. I'm just being honest. I didn't expect it to be doing what it's doing now.
Yeah.
Uh, I wasn't even going to release the song. I was just gonna just let it sit on the back burner, you know.
And it's because of your supporters. That's what gave you the strength to release it.
Yeah.
But let's say, for example, not to be discouraging nor disrespectful. Let's say, for example, if it was reversed, that you just let a few people hear it and they didn't like say anything about releasing it. In your mind, would you still have released it on your own, just to like speak your truth and speak your deeper feelings?
Um, I probably would eventually, but
Yeah.
right now, no. No, like it's been sitting for 3 years. It probably would have sat for another 3 years.
Wow.
That, but to be honest, yeah. But you know, I'm glad I did release.
Yeah. Now, what was going through your mind as you proceeded with releasing your single?
Um, I hope people like it.
Yeah.
That was what I was thinking about. I hope, you know, people like it. I hope they connect with it, and you know,
Yeah.
it inspires them. That's really my biggest reason for doing music, is to inspire, and hopefully I can inspire somebody. And
And, and so far, people have came up to you and said that they feel inspired and feel the encouragement.
yeah, for the most part, yeah. Like I said, the most of the feedback that I've gotten was positive, and we still pushing it today.
That's good. So at this moment, would you like to play a little bit of your single to have other people hear it?
Yes,
All right,
let's.
get into it.
Can't you see me falling? I'm alone. So freedom calling. Save me from my mind. I'm stuck in this lost. I'm headed down, so did I get here? I took a wrong turn in the picture. And then I knew you were my resource. Can't reach into the darkness. Inside the darkness. I've been drifting too far. Holding on is too hard. Reach into the darkness. Take me back to where it started. I've been going too long. Am I on your radar? feels like space, and I don't wanna run. Yeah. Can you carry me? Can you take it? That's when I'm with you, I feel safe. If I hand you my chains, will you break them? If my arm leaves, so I won't break them. I can do this alone. You know where I went wrong. Can't reach into the darkness. Inside the corner. I've been looking too long, too long. Holding on is too long. Reach into the darkness. Take me back to where it started. I've been going too long. And I'm your radar.
Single. Great.
And I'm your radar. Radar. And I'm your radar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Carriesa's single, latest single called Radar, available everywhere. That was a sick single. Was
Actually, it's only available on YouTube right now, and I'm getting it on stores within the next few days. But check it out on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
that is amazing. That is amazing. So, what else is up with Carriesa in your music career? What's next for you? What else can people
Uh,
expect?
more collabs, more collaborations, hopefully. And again, more projects coming soon. And that's all I can say right now. I can't say too much.
Can you at least tell us that Radar is going to be on your project?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's part of the project. Radar is the foundation, so we gonna just walk from there. So
Is there anything else that you'd like to share with the audience tonight?
I love y'all.
All right. Well, thank you, Chris, for joining me on this live interview. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on this live interview. This is Child Jonas, once again, with In the VIP Lounge. Have a good night, everyone.